Hi, I'm Kerry Grinkmeyer. I'm the host of The Best of Us Investors. I try to help people make good investment decisions. I try to help them keep more of what they make, and I try to help them build family wealth. I see an opportunity that I wasn't quite aware of up until recently. I have been, for the most part, for the last year, the holder of about 6 stocks, and I jump in every once in a while when I see an opportunity in a stock as they came up relative to the pandemic. But recently, this week, in fact, I've changed my tune a bit, and I'm saying that there is going to be a rally, a stock rally in the next year, in 2021. This is contrary to what I had said relative to a crash that was going to occur. And then I changed my mind. How can you change your mind like that? Well, you get more information. You don't just rely on the talking heads on YouTube. You dig down deep and you read and you come to a better understanding of what's going on. And let me give you some insight. I did an interview with Jim Rogers a couple of weeks ago, and Jim said something that has really stuck with me since that time, and that is that you make big money when you recognize change, and then you see an asset that is undervalued that is going to bring the value of that asset forward as the change occurs. We are in the midst of a economic crisis, a economic change in the world that we live in that we've never seen before. The devastation, the impact that this pandemic has had on the world is equal to that of World War II. It equally is. It has involved everybody. Some people don't believe it's real. But then there are some people who don't believe the Holocaust was real either. So that's here nor there. The reality is we have been awoken that we are all vulnerable from a disease, a virus, something that could come from anywhere, and we are unprepared for it. As a result of that, there is going to be change. I referred in a prior video, as a result of the internet back in the early 90s, there was tremendous change. And the world is not the same as it was in 1989. And the world will not be the same as it was in 2019 in 2022. It won't be the same. And if I sit back and say, I'm going to ride the wave that I caught from the change that occurred in 1999 that brought me my cell phone, and I'm going to just ride on that, and I'm going to ignore this new change that's coming as a result of the coronavirus, well, then I'm going to miss out on a huge opportunity. There are some stocks right now, some companies that are going to be instrumental in that change, because what this pandemic is doing to our mindset relative to the internet, relative to the cell phone, is now going to do it relative to our health. And much as we have embraced the change from the introduction of the internet, which created the dot-com bubble, we are going to embrace the change that's going to result from the coronavirus and the change in our medical field. Much as social media has driven the stock market and some particular stocks from 2009 through 2019, the biotech companies are going to drive the stock market for the next 5 years. the biotech companies. Now, as I use that word, biotech companies, how many of them do you know anything about? Like me, very few. But unlike me, apparently, I've dug in. I've researched. I've taught myself. I'm learning about who is going to change your health, my health, the world's health over the next 5 years. And if I pick those companies right, they don't have to be penny stocks. They can be the stocks that are very strong where they're at right now, but you don't know about them. And neither does anybody else because it hasn't been important. You didn't know until I told you the other day that 1,632 people die per day in the United States from cancer. And that's not even the number one killer. Heart disease is even better. The coronavirus is coming up a week third. But you don't know that. But you know what an iPhone is, and you know what Amazon is, and you know what Netflix is, and you know what Google is, and all of those grew at this fantastic rate. So to say to me, Homer, that you must be talking about penny stocks, no. I'm talking about $200-$300 stocks that are going to turn into $3,000 stocks because they are going to deliver something to you that you want so desperately that you'll pay for it. And what is it you want so desperately? You want to live. You want to live a healthy life. You don't want your parents to die. You don't want your children to die. What will you pay for that? If I can deliver you something that will guarantee that you will live longer, what will you pay for it? What will your insurance company pay for it? We're talking about things like genome therapy, genome tracking. We're talking about things that you know nothing about because you haven't dug in deep. So when I tell you that I've switched, I've changed, I've moved, I've changed my direction, and you say, you're a flipper? Hell yes, I'm a flipper. I'm going to keep my Amazon, my Google, my Facebook, my Tesla, because they're continuing to change the way I live. But there's new horizon. And for me to ignore it and say, no, I don't want to get involved in that. I'm going to get involved in Workhorse or Eastman Kodak, or I'm going to take some tech stock that has made no money whatsoever and has a $300 a stock price, and that's what I'm going to invest in. You go right ahead. But that's not where the opportunity is, and that's where in 5 years you'll look back and you'll say, wow, how did I miss that? Just like you missed Google, Amazon, Apple. You didn't connect the dots. We have just gone through and are going through the worst thing imaginable to a world, a pandemic that is killing people, getting ready to surpass the kill rate of cancer here in the United States. And it's going to be decided. This can never happen again. And as a result of that, we won't be building the highways as fast as we'll be building our healthcare system. We won't be building 5G as fast as we're going to build our healthcare system. And our healthcare notification, damn it, this phone is going to tell me every morning whether I'm healthy or not. And so I will keep my Google, and I will keep my Apple, and I will keep my Facebook. I will keep those because they own the data. But there is a new player in town, and it's called Biotech. And I'm going to tell you about it. I'm going to hold a live stream at 3 p.m. on Sunday, November the 8th, and I'm going to tell you what I know today. And then I will do another live session for members only the following Sunday. And I will tell you what I know the following Sunday, and then the following Sunday, because I'm also going to be asking you, the members of my tribe, for your input, for your knowledge. You're going to be the people. Homer, you're the guy who told me to look deeper into Tesla. So one of you has already told me to look deeper into CRISPR. Okay, I knew nothing about it until you told me to look into it, and I have. So that's where I want to go, and that's what I want to share with you. That's what I want to share with the people who want to be a part of the Best of Us Investors tribe. The people who want to stay ahead, not behind, of what's going to happen. So when I say I'm looking for a 500 or 1,000% return on my investment, I'm not talking about penny stocks. I'm talking about some of the smartest people in the world today that are going to change the way I live. And I'm going to be a part owner of their company. If you want to come along with me, let's get together on Sunday at 3 o'clock. Just click the little box down below that says join, Join. You may have to page up if you're using your phone, but it's there, and it'll cost you $3.99, $3.99 a month to get into what I've been spending my time researching. So, if that's something you want to be a part of, come join us, because it's going to happen whether you come along or not.